Family Game Online, le meilleur des jeux de casino en ligne. Tentez votre chance. Plus d'infos sur familygameonline.be.
Numerous amateur fights. He was a former 2 times amateur champion of Ireland. He comes with a good pedigree.
And he's familiar with his opponent here, Lionewski. They've boxed before, they've been acquainted. So there's no nerves, and let's hope to just pick off from where they left off last time.
Yeah.
It seems that would be the trend here. They've been acquainted. Lionewski wants to get in straight away.
Yeah, he's looking for throw bombs there early. He caught Moran with an overhand right there, good punch. Moran took away.
Rhys in back, looking to box to use his height and the southpaw advantage. Lionewski is lunging, but he's landing with that left hand.
He's throwing the big over right hand there. Yeah, he's after catching Moran twice already with it. He's going for the early victory. It'll be difficult for him to outpoint Moran, you think.
You'd imagine that Rhys has the advantage in boxing skill, so Lionewski, it's probably his advantage to get physical.
Absolutely, yeah, he's going to have to get close to him, you'd imagine. You expect Moran to have the superior boxing skills, and being a tall southpaw former national champion.
Lionewski is obviously experienced though. He's been very comfortable in the bubble all weekend. A talkative, kind of friendly sort of a guy.
Yeah.
Hasn't been overly intimidated by Rhys. And that's showing here in his approach. Rhys certainly maybe got the sharper boxing skills, but Lionewski very aggressive and physical.
Yeah, Rhys is a young kid. He's only 22. He's new to the pro game and he's learning a bit about it here.
Seems to be a little blood on the cheek of Lionewski. Not sure if that's from the nose or from a cut just yet, but that might be something that can be exploited later in the game.
Rhys has been doing a lot of sparring with the nephew of former 2-weight world champion Steve Collins. He's been sparring with Podge Collins, who's Roddy Collins' son. And actually, I think that the sparring that he's been doing will stand to him because Podge has been putting him under a lot of pressure and something similar to Lionewski. So I think let's see how.
Couple of Lionewski's blows straight below the belt there. He's going to try him up. He is. He's going to try and pressurize him as much as possible. Create cracks in that southpaw style.
It's a good shot.
Nice hook outside the guard.
Starting to land a few, but again some roughhouse tactics. Plenty of roughhouse tactics there again from Lionewski.
Rhys' fitness going to be important in this contest because of the brawling style of Lionewski. But as I said, he's sparred with some great guys and put in fantastic rounds, so I'm sure the conditioning is there.
Just those bombs he's looking for, quite dangerous looking there.
Fantastic educational fight for Rhys though.
Absolutely.
Obviously second fight as a pro boxer, and he needs to learn how to cater out this roughhouse style.
Yeah. Welcome to the program, Rhys Moran. Good punch for himself there.
Good first round. And all the credit to Lionewski, he kept the fight.
Yeah, he did indeed, yeah. He's not here just to pick up the paycheck, he's here to win.
He's really making an effort. I think too, an awful lot of fighters know at the moment that the opportunities are there, that certain boxers maybe haven't got the chance to compete or to train as much as they'd like with lockdown. So they're trying to capitalise now to getting their opportunity, and Lionewski is making his best effort. Although
indeed,
in the corner, Rhys looks pretty good there. He looks very relaxed, listening to Pascal. So I'm sure he's going to try and close out the rest of the fight as clean as he can.
I think it might be the easiest task to do that. I think, as I say, Lionewski is looking really up for it, and I think he's going to.
No, but it's something that Rhys is going to learn from. I think going forward in his career, this will be of extreme value to him.
Definitely, it'll stand to him. Hopefully he comes through it. It's not going to be easy.
Round 2.
Lionewski looks in good shape as well, so a few low blows again there.
He's comfortable making the weight.
Yeah.
Interesting by Rhys there. trying to impose his physicality, shoving the opponent back, and it worked for him. Pascal's calling him to work inside, so if you get the hands go, I'm sure it'll reap dividends for him.
Yeah, he's been practicing a bit of inside fighting in the gym, but he's inexperienced.
Well, that's something you yourself are very strong at, Spike, fighting inside. You use the leverage of your arms to get inside. Now, I know that Rhys here is a very tall guy, but it's obviously something that you work with, Pascal.
Yeah, we've worked on it practically for years, I have, and he's trying to teach Rhys that at the moment, and as you say, he's a tall guy, but he's...
So inside fighting might not have been what he was used to as an amateur, but it's something he's going to have to learn.
Absolutely,
and adjust to.
100%, yeah. Spot on.
That was a nice counter by Rhys, very good. Leaned back, scored with the left hand.
That'd be more his strength, the outside boxing, but this guy is roughhousing him, and
at this stage, when Lionewski is tying up, Rhys is actually walking him back, stopping the roughhousing tactics.
Yeah, he's done some good right uppercuts to the body there as well.
And tying him up as he forced the ropes again, preventing what happened in the first round.
He has the edge and experience, obviously, and it's showing in there at times.
He has been a nice adjustment. He's going with the long one too.
Yeah, that's what he needs to stick to now.
And the left hand is finding the hole.
Good left hands there from Moran.
Lionewski tried the long looping right hand again, it missed that time. And this time he forces Lionewski to ropes.
He looks physically strong, Lionewski in there, he looks physically strong.
He does.
When they're wrestling. He's the older, maybe stronger as well.
Rhys is a young guy, he's a young man, and perhaps Lionewski's trying to instill a little bit of fear into his heart. He doesn't seem to have worked this far.
I think, Rhys, he's experienced enough in the fight game as such. Like, he's had many amateur fights, but this is a whole different game now for him.
Very good left hook by Lionewski there. Didn't seem to hurt him, but Rhys tied up after, which might have been clever.
It's a tough fight for Moran.
Very valuable fight.
Yeah, it's a good learning fight for him.
Rhys perhaps a little bit overzealous there. Looping left hand. Just went over the head of Lionewski.
I'd like to see Moran stick to his boxing more and keep it at long range.
Well, that was a nice counter right hook on the back foot, so perhaps that's what he needs to do, is just work on the back foot, be nice and active.
There's a good body shot there.
Picking off a lovely body shot there, and another. Oh, Lionewski with a blatant one after the bell. You could see that he really picked it up with 30 seconds to go. And he's hyped up going back to the corner.
He's very hyped up. He's even almost going head to head with the referee there. I haven't seen too much of that before.
So it's a big challenge for Rhys here, but as I said, I think he adjusted there in the second round. And he managed him well. He didn't let himself being bullied.
Yeah, he's landing the better punchers. He's landing the cleaner punches.
Certainly the cleaner scoring punches are coming from Rhys Moran.
Yeah. He's looking at the corner. Lionewski, he looks...
Lionewski has really given some effort. He's certainly the more tired of the two right now, breathing very heavily.
I think
his corners seem to be encouraging him to hype up.
He looks strong-minded to me. I think he's going to keep it up for the duration of the fight.
Something not a lot of people know, but Gary Spike O'Sullivan is fluent in Polish, so he's going to be able to do some translation there for us.
When I could get close enough to the corner, I would.
That's it, the Celtic Warriors by round 3. I like that Rhys Moran was quick out of the corner that time. In the centre, waiting.
He had a bit of success with that left uppercut to the body. I'd like to see him show a few more of those. It's a great punch.
Landed very well twice late in that last round. Lionewski aim with the left hand. You can see that Rhys was a high-class amateur. He's got that nice jab, lovely movement, and able to lean back on the ropes away from these punches. Pascal's urging him here from the corner. You would like to see work a little bit more side. That was a very nice one too.
I think Lionewski upset him a bit and roughhoused him, as I said in the beginning of the fight, and I think it showed him a bit off of
And that's what these journeymen can do. They can unsettle novice pros when they start on to learning the game. Absolutely. They can use their own experience to unsettle and upset some of these prospects.
Rhys is actually he's a young father like myself, and he's got 2 kids at home. They're both 2 years of age. There's 10 months between both of them, Raina and Willow.
So I'm sure he has those in mind. He's fighting back here. In the middle of that little salvo there, he landed a lovely left hand. Lionewski putting the pressure on, but again, the quality shots coming from Moran.
It was a good right hand, straight right from Lionewski as well in there. I thought it was one of the better punches of the round.
Obviously, Rhys Moran, he's hailing from the city of Waterford. I believe he was a gym mate of Craig McCarthy, very good Irish middle.
Yeah, I think he would.
But he's making the effort now, even with 2 children, to travel up to Dublin to.
Yeah, he's got a count of
train, so
left hook there.
It's a great commitment. Hopefully tonight it'll pay off for him. Lionewski doesn't seem as overzealous as he was. He's not throwing those punches. Rhys is getting more of his boxing done. See if we get control in this contest.
It's a good jab there from Moran, very good jab.
Worked pretty well.
That's what he needs to do, is stick to his boxing. He's a better boxer. It's a good body up.
Body shot again by Rhys.
Well, yeah.
Those body shots have
Great
bothered
shot.
Lionewski a few times.
They have indeed, yeah. I'd like to see him throw a few more of those and keep his range and loop the uppercuts in from outside. Those soap uppercuts to the solar plexus.
The referees again having a word.
Good shots.
2 body shots. And I think that might be the key to victory for Rhys Moran.
Good hook. He seems to be settling down now and boxing better. This is Moran's best round yet.
Lionewski putting on some good pressure. Landed 1 good shot. Good into the round.
Lionewski's a tough man. Rough man.
That round was interesting, Spike, because it's something that comes from your playbook as such. Rhys went to the body first of all. Lionewski covered. He went to the head, switched upstairs, switching up and down, and creating, I suppose, gaps where there weren't there before. So if Rhys could maybe exploit that there in the next round, you never know, he could force something.
As I say, we alluded to before, it's a great learning fight for him, and I think that was his best round yet, the third one, and
agreed.
Hopefully he can capitalise that in the fourth now. And
well, he's a young guy. He's still growing and developing. He hasn't maybe got his man strength just yet, but you can see the size of him. He's a very strong, physically imposing sort of a guy. He's only going to be getting better with these fights.
Indeed. Lionewski corner well animated anyway. They're trying to encourage him to go all out. I think he might.
They seem to think that he might be down on the cards and force for a big round. Lionewski first off his stool this time.
I'd like to see Moran pick up the work rate as well for this last round, you know. He has the
final round
fitness in the tank. He's been sparring.
And that was a nice,
you know,
a three-punch combo. It might not have been the most damaging shots, but they landed nicely. A looping left hand landed before Lionewski interrupted.
It's a good jab from Moran.
Moran's class is showing now with these punches. I think that's what he needs to do, is a greater volume of nice clean punches, because when he lands, it's very clear and apparent and very easy for the judges to read them.
That's a good jab, and just to get that
and
jab.
The straight left hand is a good weapon for Moran.
Like, see, he's landing with the jab every time he throws it. I think he should do a bit more jabbing.
The looping left hand. And a nice sound, but don't think he did too much damage to Lionewski really. And you can see that Rhys has adjusted. He's already tied up the opponent now. Perhaps he learned that in just this fight. He hadn't done it previously.
And Lionewski is still looking to land the bombs. He's not giving up.
No, he's a determined man.
He is indeed, yeah.
Two good shots down by Lionewski. Be nice to see more in reply.
He landed a good left hook there. Not sure that he hurt Moran with that left hook there.
It was a very good shot. And Moran did well to tie up afterwards.
He's a rough customer.
He is a very tough, determined guy, Lionewski. He deserves all the respect in the world. For me, I think the better scoring shots are coming from Moran. The defence is nice also.
The better boxing is definitely coming from Moran, but unless he's throwing more shots in this round, I think Moran needs to up the pace a little bit. Bang out a couple of 1-2s.
I think it just comes down to clean shots. Lionewski really hasn't landed the clean shots. He's landed pretty on the gloves and the shoulders, but not too much clean on Moran. Moran has scored very well, kind of an educated jab. Left-handed was spectacular, but now fighting the inside. That was impressive. And maybe just heartening Lionewski a little bit. Digging the uppercuts to the body. Some good work by Moran. It's fantastic to cut it out. Lionewski gets massive respect there too. He's a lot more than just a journeyman. He didn't come to get a paycheck, so that was fantastic. Interesting in the last 30 seconds that Rhys kind of bent the knees, he dug down, he fought inside. And it's your specialty, Spike. I suppose it's something you can't be taught. You have to learn by being in the trenches.
Yeah, it was a tough fight in there for him. Wasn't it? It was a good learning fight, a hard one. He dug deep in the end and exchanged a few punches there on the ropes.
That's for sure. It was an entertaining contest too. I hope it came across as well, being streamed live online on the 12 Rounds website as it did here live. So he's a tall guy even for light heavyweight, isn't he?
He is. He reckons he can make super middleweight. That's what he thinks.
He'd be a very imposing super middleweight, but
would, yeah.
At 21 years of age, he's only going to develop and fill out. He's going to be a big light heavyweight in the future.
I think in the future he's going to...
Lionewski with the Jean-Claude Van Damme showmanship. I'm not sure if he gets points for that, but he's a confident guy. Lionewski asking who's the man. We'll let the judges tell us.
More in return. Two characters in there.
Voici le résultat of this second bout. For Mr. Métis, 37-39 dans cette rencontre. Pour Monsieur Maxima, 37-39. Et pour Monsieur Garcia, 37-39 dans cette rencontre. The winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner.
And there's an upset. It goes Lionewski's way.
Yeah.
They must have favoured the aggression as opposed to the greater boxing skills.
Yeah.
But credit to Rhys Moran and to Lionewski. A very entertaining fight. Despite an upset for the visiting Irish people, first of all.
Yeah, there's been two upsets tonight. The two first fights, both have been upsets.
That's correct. Both have gone the opposite direction.
The judges favouring the aggression. And fair play to Lionewski. You know, he came to win and he done a good job tonight.
I thought that Rhys Moran had perhaps done the greater work, but
he done a better boxing. Back to the drawing board and
it's unfortunate, but it's professional boxing. It's a learning opportunity, and I'm sure that he'll do so.